Hello everybody out there on YouTube. This is Anthony with Blue Heart of Star Wars Talk, and today we're going to be talking about Kenobi versus Maul, breaking down the fight. Why did Kenobi win so quickly, or why did Maul lose so quickly? However you want to think of it. At first, I was a little bit let down because I was expecting this to be a long, drawn-out battle. But after watching it a couple of times, thinking about it, I picked up on something that I think is probably the biggest reason, but I think there's a couple little things. Obi-Wan has been in tune with the Force. Um, he's probably never stopped. Obviously, he learned how to become one with the Force and become a Force ghost, so his training has never ended, whereas Maul's ended the day he got cut in half. He was on his own after that. Um, he did have some holocrons, so he was probably able to pick up a thing or two, but nothing to the level of where Obi-Wan was allowed to go after that Naboo fight. So Obi-Wan continued to train, Maul never trained anymore. Then you have to think of Maul is not the same person that he was. He's not the same fighter that he was on Naboo. And last thing is Maul made one mistake, and he used a move that Obi-Wan had already seen before, and that was the hilt to the chin of Qui-Gon, and then the kill stab through the chest. And Jedis, Sith, they are like chess players, so they are always a couple of moves ahead. That's why they're blocking stuff so quickly. And Obi-Wan saw this coming, and Obi-Wan, instead of taking the hilt to the chin, he took a step back and sliced right through the hilt and through his chest, and probably opened up. They don't really show it because it is a cartoon, but that's what I'm going to assume, that it just kind of swiped right down past his chest and took him out. So that's probably the most logical reason. And after I actually like this idea, it shows how good Obi-Wan is. It makes the clunky Vader Obi-Wan fight, seem realistic because Obi-Wan's a great defender, and he's a good defensive fighter, wears his opponents down. Not saying that Obi-Wan could have took out Vader in that fight. I still don't think that would have been possible, but I digress. But yeah, I think after watching it a couple of times, thinking about that, I think it totally makes sense. I think a long drawn out fight would have not maybe had the impact that this. I mean, it just looked like this was no contest. I think that's probably the way it should have been. You also have to think too that being in tune with the Force is got a lot to do with your organic material, and let's face it, Maul's 50% robot from the pelvis down. So, totally makes sense. I'm going to cut this video here. I just wanted to make a quick one, talk about it, and give a little explanation of why, and let you chew on that. So, we will be back on Saturday with the final. It's called 0 Hour. Last week I screwed up and I said it was called the Battle of Thaw, I think, but it's called 0 Hour. It's a double episode of Rebels, and this should be a good one. I'm not really sure what to expect. I have some thoughts in my mind, but we'll talk about it on Saturday night. But until then, may the Force be with you.